Alright, welcome back to my lesson. I'm Chris for Kazumi Chan Productions. And today this is part 2 of my character lesson. If you're seeing this would be like a couple days later. But anyway, I started to do the project again. I re-recorded some stuff that I wasn't too happy with, especially how the arms and the legs turned out on this character. So So today I'm going to adjust the eyes, make them look pretty decent. Also too, I'm gonna adjust how they look. So with the coverage tool, I'm gonna be rounding these up. I cannot even talk. Boy. Let's also go into the mouth. Start to adjust these lines. The teeth. Well, sometimes with your animations, you're gonna have to experiment what works and what does not work with your animation. So, and then let's also split this screen up into two, and then that way I can use one to adjust the screen, and the other one to see what I'm doing in the main view. Let me adjust this nose. I think this nose is a little bit too big. There we go. Let me the next step is to do the arms and the legs for this character. Oh, and also to leave me comment down below that what this character should be called. I might shout you out in my next video if you do suggest that name for me. We're gonna also make it a simple arm rig. call this arm. Now we're gonna just make a separate bone layer for this arm. Call this left arm. And the reason why I'm separating the group from this main bone layer is because it's easier just to animate the arm. So, and then now we're going to see about creating arm that can bend. So we're going to turn on the grid, Control G, and let's drag it out to the other side of the canvas. Select all. Drag down the points so that it will meet. Probably in the middle of this origin point. Then with this selected, we're gonna split this up in the middle, and then you should have something that looks like this. But before we do anything, also we're gonna make sure that these points are sharp. Just come over here to curvature and then tap peak. And then of course, we're gonna take off the grid, bring up the styles, create clues 2. Then deselect it. And then create a new style called this line. And then let's enter in 2 for the line. Instead of using shapes and like curves and everything to make this what is it called, this arm and leg, for instance, we're gonna use this symbol stroke to obtain the color of the legs and pants and everything else. So what we're gonna do is just go into the width, type in 190, and let's copy this. That's all what we need to do for the clothes. Select none, and then before we can create a shape out of this line, we're going to go ahead and select line. Okay, and press U on the keyboard, and then make sure that this stroke is selected. Press enter, just only once, and highlight everything again. Now we're gonna go into close to, do the same thing, typing enter on the keyboard, pressing W, and then we're gonna be doing something like this, dragging at the points. So that it looks something like this. Let me check the time here. Okay, so that's pretty good. Now let's adjust these points. Oh. So to type in U, we're gonna have to do this manually, so we're gonna tap Control A, create everything, undo that real fast. So look, none. There we go. Select line 2. There we go. There we go. If you render this out, it looks like a long line. This is so that way I can easily animate the arm just like that. We're not gonna we're not gonna be using two different objects. We're gonna just be using that. Now for the hand itself, we can use the same technique that we use for the arm. So we're gonna make a style here called the hand. And then of course, if you forget what color that you selected, you can always copy this color number right down here. Go over to the hand. Now let's paste this color in. Make sure to that you type in 190. Okay. So we can either select this point to create a hand, or else we can just make a circle through a different layer. So let's do that. Let's call this hand. Let me select the right style. So skin, circle is fine. We're also gonna just be making this as simple as possible. Now with a lot of hands, well, the way that I create the hands is that if it's a slender creature, just like our female right here, and so it's gonna be small hands. It's so that this way it's like simple. It's simple, so we can also put this in the switch layer too. We're gonna actually go over here. See, this is the hand now. Now let's rename our hand to hand and the rest. See, it's a good idea to just to be naming your layers as you go. Let's call this one open. See, this is going to be a little bit different. I am not talking that much because that way I can easily do this correctly, so that way you can see what's going on. I might have to do some adjustments. I know it looks like a spork, spork from KFC. Darn it. I wish KFC was good. Back in the day it was good. But whatever. Turn. Looks horrible. I'm gonna undo everything. I'm just pressing Control Z to undo everything. So what I'm doing is just making the basic shape of the hand. we're gonna have to make a mask within the hand itself by just creating a filled oval shape. But yet, if this was more of a complicated character, with movable fingers, I would take more care into this idea. It's also just this hand. Patches. Sometimes it's just basically just playing with the points. But this hand, of course, is going to be just being the switch layer. Something that looks like this. That looks kind of alright, except still I don't like doing this. And let's also make a second layer called this fist. Then probably in a day or so I will release the third lesson for this tutorial series. That looks alright. That looks like a hand now. With this out of the way now, I can zoom back out. It's also to cover up this hand with the arm. It really depends on what you're achieving here. This is what I'm achieving. Let's look the clothes now, and then the final thing that I'm going to do Just make a shoulder. No. Shoulder blade. Actually, that doesn't look that bad. Now I'm gonna adjust the display quality of the animation. This is only temporary. This is not a full solution. Or let me just show you. Even if I have it on here, if I can press Control R, it will still fully render the animation. Now, why I do that is because I want to see the full arm. Bring it back. Now I will make a bone for the arm, bone for the hand. Sorry. Select all the points, select all the bones, but before I'm going to do that, just highlight this bone and create a separate bone just up here. Rename this base. Call this shoulder. This is just what I'm doing now is just going through here and renaming everything, so that way if the animation is going to be complicated, I can easily go, oh, that's the arm, that's the now what I'm doing is color coding the arm to random colors, so that this way I can see what's going on with the arms. So we'll highlight everything on the bone layer. Let me check the time. A little bit too far, but that's okay. We're actually gonna extend it to about 35 minutes. So point binding. So we're gonna be point binding everything to the shoulder bone. Selecting Alt and selecting this point. Let's also reparent this bone. So by clicking it off. Ooh, that bends so good. Then also too, we're gonna be layer binding this hand bone. Just test the this good. That's a little bit better than yesterday's tutorial. I made a lot of mistakes, of course, so with that one. So I destroyed the video. So anyway, I'm done for right now with this arm. Let's bring this one back. Let's make the point origin around the shoulder so that we can rotate it just like this. Is that too tall? Oh yeah, it is too tall. Yeah, you're gonna find out that your arm is gonna be big, but we can always fix that later on. I'm gonna probably worry about that off screen, and then when I'm gonna come back here, I will just post the other one with a complete set of arms. Okay, thanks guys for watching this. This was part 2 on my character lesson for using MOHO 12. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to ask me in the comments down below. Oh yeah, and if you want to donate to my channel, the link is down at the position. So anyway, please hit that like button for me, that would be good. Make sure to subscribe and also share this video. I'll do any shout outs if you give me any ideas for future videos. I'm Chris. I am out. Bye.